Cover is for cowards. That's the mantra that many taking on Enoch choose to live by. But there are still plenty that like playing it safe, and that is where we run into some issues. Hey there friends, it's Codiak here, one half of the team behind Legacy Gaming, and today we're unpacking the cover system in Outriders and the major changes happening behind the scenes. For anyone not paying super close attention to Outriders as we approach the April 1st release date, let me just bring you up to speed. A free demo for the game launched and millions of players around the world got their first taste of life on Enoch. But one thing that was a constant thorn in players' side was the cover system. The team behind Gears of War are no strangers to the term duck and cover, but many players found the system to be frustrating, unresponsive, and sometimes downright buggy. In true people can fly fashion, the team let the community know that it was on their radar, but with bigger issues like exploiting, disappearing loot, and matchmaking taking the front seat, discussions surrounding the cover system got shoved to the back. That is, until today. A fantastic post on the Outriders subreddit breaks down some of the more technical components of the system, how it's supposed to work, and how we all pretty much just broke it during the demo. The cover system works in three distinct ways. Proximity cover detection is when you press a button close to cover and your character snaps into that cover. Predictive cover selection is a bit more complex. It involves tracking the player's path of motion and leading the character to cover. This is something that will feel unique to Outriders as the area of effect is a bit further than other games. The system relies on character motion, which is why you can use it while walking, running, or sprinting, and it doesn't rely on your camera position. The final system is cover to cover, which allows you to point your camera and hold a button to move your character from one cover spot to another. You may not have even noticed that there were three distinct systems at play here, but each is designed in a different way to give players options during combat. As the team points out in the post, the player feedback rolled in, and it became apparent that the responsiveness and the reliability of the cover system were problems for players. They spent time reading through feedback and analyzing footage online, and are now sharing the results with the community. As a personal note, I just have to add that it is really rare that developers put this much information out to the community during the course of a game, let alone a demo, so a huge shout out to the People Can Fly team for continuing their streak of just being transparent. The team has boiled down the issues to a number of things that are at least partially responsible for the issues, including level bugs, which are specific location-based issues that can cause failures in the various cover systems. The effort to find and fix these is ongoing, and the team is confident they'll resolve many of them before launch. Another issue is a delay when switching from predictive cover to proximity cover. This is basically a timing issue that forces the system to look for cover in your movement direction while you're already stationary and should be entering nearby cover. This issue is also happening on the flip side when players are leaving cover and is still under investigation. This next one is interesting, and I think a good many of you have probably experienced it during the demo, and that's entering cover after a dodge roll. This was a conscious decision from the dev team to allow players to snap to cover once the roll animation reached a certain point. This is one of the more controversial issues, and the team is looking at possibly extending the window at the end of the roll animation or introducing roll canceling by entering cover. Needless to say, we will be keeping a close eye on how this particular issue progresses. The final issue stems from animations overlapping. When trying to enter cover after shooting, a weapon animation would cause the character to cancel entering into cover. This issue is still being investigated. The team also quickly talked about the lack of cover cornering, where a character moves seamlessly around a corner to another side of an object. This is not something players can do in the game, but that's because, in theory, you should be able to move from the corner of one cover location to another by simply pressing the direction of the cover you want to move to. This system is designed to give players an option when avoiding AoE abilities like bombs and grenades. It's not something a lot of us are probably used to, but now with some understanding, we can try it out ourselves and see if the system is working as intended. As you can see, we're not just talking about one issue here. The team is aware of a number of different facets that players have experienced involving the cover system. The problems are frustrating, absolutely, but it's nice to hear that the developers are aware and are working on these problems. I think too often with game development, a community shouts repeatedly about an issue or issues, and it falls on deaf ears, so it is really nice to see a dev team that at least acknowledges the issues and are honest about whether or not they've got a handle on it. Of course, words are only that, words. Actions are what matter at the end of the day, and it's clear there are still a few things left to figure out when it comes to the cover system in Outriders. So while cover may be for cowards, and it may not be the intended way for players to experience Outriders, the developers are clearly taking the issues seriously. I'm curious, we've talked a lot about this game in our Legacy After Dark live streams, but cover isn't a topic that's come up all too much. What do you guys think about the cover system in Outriders? Are you even using it? And if you are, is it working well enough for you? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and let's keep the conversation going. If you're excited about Outriders and you want to follow our journey on Enoch, you know what to do. Click that thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We've got a lot of content planned, and we would love your support. You can also join us on Discord. Our community of over 6,000 members is spread across dozens of great games, and we've got a great group of around 300 members just in the server for Outriders. So check out that link below and join today. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.